What's up, everybody? Noah Kizer back here for a brand new review for you guys today. I was sent a free screening link, a free screener to watch and review Church People, which will be available in theaters. I believe it's a Fathom event. The tickets where I am are $11.50 a piece. So I believe this will be a Fathom event. March 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th is when it's only in theaters that weekend. This is all about this church that's basically trying to get this big idea to get more people to come to the church. So they come up with the idea to actually crucify somebody. This is a comedy / drama with a little bit of romance in it. We do meet the few characters that you are really supposed to feel for, but let's get into who is in this film. Thor Ramsey plays Guy, and Guy is our main character here. He is a youth pastor that went on a tour, and one thing went wrong, and now he is known as the beach ball guy. So everyone comes to his tour with beach balls, and they're just so rowdy and so loud that he can't properly preach. We do get a lot more people in here, mainly Joy Fatone, Erin Cahill, Stephen Baldwin, Donald Faison, and William Baldwin. Those of you who are regular to my channel, you know that I love Erin Cahill. She's a great actress. I would love to meet her one day. I'm a big Hallmark guy. She's big in the Hallmark films. She has not made a bad one yet. She's really good in here as the pastor's daughter, who basically left to go to another country because her father was never around. He was always touring and preaching, and then when he was home, it was on Sundays, and he was normally in church. Didn't spend a lot of time with his family. And then she meets Guy, who we find out does have a little surprise coming his way in the form of a daughter he never knew about. There is a few moments here that don't work with the comedy, particularly Joy Fatone automatically falling in love with and proposing to Erin Cahill, or Clara, as her name is in this movie. I mean, yeah, she's gorgeous, but you just don't go up and propose. That got a little bit weird, and it was supposed to be weird, but it was also supposed to be very funny. Now, Joy Fatone does a good job in the film, but it's just that his lines weren't very funny. He's normally singing a lot, and he's definitely trying, but the script didn't really work for his character. His scenes were more of, hey, I am going to sing because I want to impress this girl. I want to impress this girl so I can marry her for some reason, even though I've known her for a week. And he actually does propose to her. That got a little bit weird. She's very weirded out by him. She has a thing for Guy. Stephen Baldwin and William Baldwin are the religious film people now. Stephen Baldwin was just in another. Wasn't it him? Wasn't it him, or was it? No, that must have been William Baldwin. Was it William Baldwin in Beckman that I just watched? Yes. Beckman was the Pure Flix R-rated action film, and he normally does a lot of these religious films now, more family-friendly films, but he also does do some other stuff. With what he does here, he's very out there. He's good in the film, but I think he went a little over the top too many times and got a little too weird, as did Stephen Baldwin. We do get a romance storyline with Clara and Guy. Great chemistry between those two characters. Now, the cinematography is beautiful at times, but I do gotta say that the comedy really pulls back the film at some points, particularly with Joy Fatone. That is my one downside with this movie, is that comedy. Besides that, this is really worth seeing in theaters. This is not a Christian movie like other Christian movies, because I've seen other Christian movies that are shoving it down your throat. that this is the way it is and you're wrong and that's it. Like God's Not Dead and War Room and a couple other films. I went to go and see God's Not Dead in theaters with my family, and it was a fully packed house. It was a Sunday showing at 4 o'clock. God's Not Dead was fully packed. I did not like the movie. One, because it's poorly written. The acting is just okay. And it's telling the audience why they're wrong. Now, with this, are the people who are mostly going to go and see this movie religious Christians? Yeah, but the problem is you need to make a movie that will appeal to anybody. And this does that. This doesn't shove it down your throat like God's Not Dead or War Room does, where if you are not a Christian, if you don't believe what I believe, if you don't believe this, this, and this, then you are completely wrong. No, they admit that they make mistakes. Now, I am religious myself. This is a film that does acknowledge that crucifying somebody is wrong. And some people maybe find that a little offensive and a little wrong, but once you get to the end of the movie, it does start to become apparent what they're doing, and then it's okay. Now, some people are still going to find it offensive that they come up with this idea to do that, but what they do at the end of the film really does work for what the story called for. Erin Cahill is the star of this film, in my opinion. She is the best actress in this performance in this film. Again, I would love to talk to anybody, and I want to thank the director, Christopher Sean Shaw, who's also in this movie as a stagehand, for getting me this screener, and I will definitely recommend you go and see this March 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th in Cinemarks, AMC's, and any other theater that's willing to show a Fathom event. It's $11.50 a ticket where I am in Ohio. It's probably a little more wherever you are in Florida or Malibu, Los Angeles, New York, Seattle. It is probably a lot more expensive, but this is definitely a film to see. I'm going to give Church People a B. It's really enjoyable. The comedy did not work at times, especially with Joey Fatone's character, but I still love him as one, a singer, and two, as a human being himself. Seems like a very nice guy, will talk to anybody. So this is the movie that I was a little nervous to talk about, because one, I was sure that this movie would not get a lot of recognition. Well, then I saw it was a Fathom event, and I'm like, oh, they're putting a lot of money into this movie. This movie looks a little low budget, but yet not low budget. It is not like a $30 million movie. This film is available in theaters March 13th, 14th, 15th, and 16th, and I will see all of you guys next time.